Hopefully this is gonna work. Hello, people of the internet. I wonder how long that's gonna have been. Hello. Hello everybody. How is everyone doing this evening? I'm just gonna put my... Here we go. How's the sound? How's the picture? Let me know how everything is. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay. I'm back. Hello. Good evening, everybody. How is everyone doing? Willie, Rusty Hubcap, Mountain Grove Forge, Nigel, how's it going? Good evening. We're going to go for blacksmith and a beer again, I guess. So, Hop House 13. It's made by Guinness. It's like a lager, but it's not quite a lager. It's kind of in between a lager and a real ale. So, I'm going to crack this old boy open. Bottle opener I made about 5-6 years ago. Haven't finished it. Need to finish the end. Need to do something at the end. Come on. Yeah, it's just all baggy on the end. But that's the bottle opener part. Okay, welcome. Hello, Dad's Rats Forge. Peter, how are you doing? Speargrass, Nathan. How is everybody doing? Oh, wait a minute before I start chatting nonsense. Always a beer or... Oh, as in whiskey. Oh dear. Good evening. It's been a long day, and I've said a lot of stupid things already this evening. How is everyone doing? Is everyone well? Is everyone good? How's everyone doing? Call it Rustic Warehouse 13. Good stuff. Thank you, Peter. Lovely. Dr. Hot Shop and Forge, how's it going? Oh, thank you for your comment, dude. I don't know your name, Dr. Hot Shop, but yeah, the Young's Law, Hooke's Law also play a big part to do with how materials absorb and reflect energy and then deform depending on how much energy you give them, or force or whatever. In the workshop, how's it going? Yes, I'm clean. Who would have thought? John, how's it going? Regional. Sam Appleby, how's it going? I've had a shave as well. I'm clean and well, I say shave. I've removed some of the bum fluff from under my neck. So cool. Hey Tom. Cheers, Tom. GJH Woodworking, how's it going? Cool. I'm just basically just going to wait a few minutes just to let a few of the gang join before I start talking nonsense. I guess the first bit of information is that I want to do a live every other Saturday, but just doing them at the workshops aren't working at the minute, so I'm going to do one a month at the workshop until we can get the flow going, get the sound up, get the video up, and then once we've got those things going and it's starting to look good, we might do them a bit more frequently at the workshop, but until then we're going to do one a week here, because I can answer questions a bit easier. Paul, how's it going? I can answer questions a bit easier, and also I can give information about videos that were last week and then this week and stuff that's coming, and give, yeah, just basically do it that way. I'll always do a raffle at the Forge. Excuse me. John McCann, how's it going? Hans, my man, how's it going? Where's Ben? Is he not here yet? We'll wait till Ben gets here. He can give me some stick. So I've been giving Alex from Valhalla Ironworks stick all day. Veteran Iron and Wood, B&B Forge. How's it going, Bob? How's you doing, my friend? So yeah, so basically that's what's going to happen for a little bit. Probably do one live one weekend here, and then there'll be a weekend gap. Then we'll do a live in the workshop, and then a weekend gap, and then we'll do a live here again. I guess that's what we're going to try and do at least. Anyway, so yeah, that's the first thing, and I'd like to talk a little bit about the video that was posted very recently, the one about Anvil Rebound. I've got a bit of a running joke going with Trent at the minute. Hopefully he sees it that way. Otherwise, whoops. I've got a bit of a running joke going with Trent, and then I've got some video stuff in the works with Alec. Whoops, Freudian slip. I wish. I got some video working with Alex from Valhalla Forge, Alex Norton, John Catt with 2 T's. How's it going? Yeah, it is a bit odd not having a power. I've got Russian propaganda posters though, just to make everyone feel at home. Stage Forge / John. New, how's it going? Cool, yeah, Q&As, basically Q&As. You can ask me questions. If there's been any important questions in any videos, I can answer them. If there's any important stuff I want to share, I can share it. And I can also murder your names by myself without having to. I'm very dyslexic. If people hadn't already worked that out, I'm just mad. Dyslexic, and it does cause some problems from time to time. So, anyway, yeah, so a little bit talk about this Anvil video, a bit about Patreon, a little bit about some of the things that have come up on videos over the last couple of weeks, and then Q&A, I guess. How long have we been talking rubbish for? 7 minutes. Let's get on with it. Okay, so first thing I'd like to talk about, I'm going to get this out of the way first, is the Patreon. And I'm getting it out of the way first because it's a mess, and I'm not particularly proud of what's happening there. I've let some people down. I personally feel I've let some people down. No one's actually complained. However, there are options and stuff there that I haven't fulfilled for people, and they're a bit too complicated. Now I've bitten off more than I can chew. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to scale it back or get rid of it completely, and then look for a different way of running the Patreon. And I'm saying this to people because it's you guys that make this work. Oh, dude, you don't have to do that. Thank you, Hans. You're a gentleman. What can 4140 be welded to raw iron? Yeah, as far as I know. We'll talk about that. Yeah, as far as I know. Thank you, Hans. You don't have to do that. That's madness. But basically, what I'm saying about the Patreon is that if you want to support the channel, I'm going to leave the $3 option up. You can go over and pledge to that. The $3 options, because by the time you take the Patreon fees out and the fees that they charge people to change it into pounds, into dollars from pounds or whatever currency, to then change it back for me, to then give it to me, I don't end up getting like half, like 50 cents or whatever. It doesn't end up working like that. So, yeah, so that's why it's $3, and then you can pledge less if you want to, which is cool. And I'm grateful. Again, this isn't me being ungrateful. It's just me making a mess of everything as per usual. And then I'll put some other tier levels in that are a bit more acceptable, and we'll do t-shirt things. This is a new t-shirt that's going to come out. I'm going to see if you can see it. If you can see it, I'm going to turn around. Can you see? Can you see it? I can't see if you can see. Oh yeah. Yep. Just one more. Yep, one more. Lovely chaplain. So I'll be coming out real soon. And thank the lovely Ella. If you don't know who Ella is, she's my better 2/3. And she buys the t-shirts, and then she vinyl cuts them, and then she puts them on, and then I tell her what to put on them. Yeah. So Old Wolf, how's it going? Rock Top Forge, how's it going? Mark Spice, how's it going? So yeah, if you want to pledge, do the $3. Oh, Rusty, where's my damn hammer, Dan? Which hammer did you order, dude? because it might be on the table. Yeah, so thank you guys. You guys don't have to pledge, like giving me dosh for super chats. Thank you. Amazing. Yeah, so that's the Patreon, the $3 thing. If you want to pledge and you want to help support, that's what to do if you want to do it now. If otherwise, don't bother with it for a minute and wait till I sort it out, because I need to fix it, because I wanted it to be like a subscription to the channel where you've got good stuff, and I don't do sodding anything. So yeah, cool. So Hans' question. Hans, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can weld raw iron to most steels. It's cast irons that tend to cause problems, and the reason the problem is with welding dissimilar metals. So you have to make sure you get yourself a good rod or a good filler material. The problem with dissimilar metals is they cool down at different rates. 4140's got a lot of chrome in it. It's not a particularly nice metal to weld anyway. But when the two go together, if one cools down quicker than the other, it'll pop off. So that's why cast irons tend to be a bit of a pig to weld, because even different cast irons with a new filler in, the filler will cool down. If it's not a cast iron filler, the filler will cool down a lot quicker because it's a solid homogeneous metal than the two parent metals, and then as it cools down, that cast will just go pop and just split apart again. So it's not, yeah, basically what you need to do if you wanted to weld it, casts, not that's the question you asked, but casts, braise them, or get the whole thing hot and then weld it, and then keep it warm and allow it to cool very slowly, all at the same rate. That's how we get to, yeah, that's how we sort that nonsense out. It's the only way to get his attention, possibly, Bob. Right, what hammer did you order? Now I'm going to have to look through here from all of your comments. Which hammer did you order? Which hammer did you order? And where's my damn hammer? I don't know. I don't know which hammer you ordered. Did you order a dog face? Because if you ordered a dog face, I know exactly where that is. And it's not in the post. Before anyone says anything. So, French pattern crossbeam. Finally got to try it out today. Oh, sweet! Regional. Awesome. Elliot made that hammer. He's coming along real well, and he's gonna spanking hammer that one there. So I hope it treats you well. And that's the first one that he. Is that the first one we sold for him? No, we sold a dog face one. That's the second one. But he's a good kid, and he's made a lovely hammer there. He's very lucky to have such a beautiful hammer. If it's anything like a Senna Punches though. Oh dear. Bob, what did you want? What tool steel do you do to wrought iron? What tool steel do you do to wrought iron? Oh, well, when welding to the faces or something like that, Bob, is that what you mean? Because if that's what you mean, yeah, I think that's what you mean. I used to work in a machine shop, and anytime we had to weld two different types of metal, we made sure that the preheated the metals and then allowed them to cool down very slowly. Yeah, sound advice, John. Even dissimilar metals with a dissimilar rod or dissimilar filler material. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Gordon Farmer, how's it going? I welded spring steel from forklift truck, not forklift truck, from my truck leaf spring to the Viking hammer, and it cracked when I quenched it. I'm not very good at this stuff, Bob. Sorry, I'll give you crap advice. So yeah, so Bob, definitely, you can definitely get away with spring steel. I know it does work. It's just I think I was a bit overzealous with the heat treat. I think I should have been a bit more gentle with the oil that I used, or used a different oil maybe I've got it a bit hot potentially on the heat treat. So and anytime I've welded anything in, I've always used oil to do the quench, but those have always been EN42J, which is 5160. Is it 5160? And then 15N20, which is a nickel rich. I believe that's a nickel rich steel. So bandsaw blade, basically bang those in, and they've always stuck really well. This nickel seems to weld really easily, so it's quite nice. Cool. Yeah. So the next subject I just wanted to talk about quickly was the YouTube video with Trent in, or about Trent. Trent wasn't in it, and the video with Trent in, or not Trent in, the video that I did for Trent about Trent and the Anvil and stuff, and I am looking for, and I want people's help. If anyone here can help with this, I'd be over the moon. Drayson, how's it going? Oddwood Forge, how's it going? Techron Matic, how's it going? I probably killed you. Stress Master as well, how's it going? I would like, if anyone knows a theoretical mathematician or a physicist or anyone basically, or anyone that has a YouTube channel that does like maths and stuff, maybe, I don't know if these YouTube channels actually exist, but if anyone has or knows someone or is please can you ask them to get in contact with me if they want to help, tell them why, and then I'd like to be able to develop that video ever so slightly further. We've got some ideas from some experiments as well. Also, if anyone has any ideas about how to do an experiment where to test this, because thinking about it, it's not as simple as just getting stuff hot and sticking it under stuff and hoping you hit it the same every time, because temperatures change, anvil temperatures change, the way that the material of the anvil removes heat from the material that you're trying to squash. It's complicated, so I think I've got an idea, but if anyone could potentially help, that would be amazing. So yeah, okay, Sam had a question I just saw, and also I'm going to do some like genuine experiments. I'm genuinely keen to try and have a good old crack at this. There was a big thing about yeah, it just seems like miscommunication a lot of it. Daniel, I have a question. Is someone wanted to be apprenticed, do you think that would be the best thing for him to learn blacksmithing? Sam, yes, is a short answer. It depends on the apprenticeship. Now, I don't know. So are you in the UK, Sam? And if you are, then let me know, because if you cannot get an apprenticeship, you could do the course at Home Lacey, and you would definitely get a long way from there, and it will give you contacts to do apprenticeships. Now I know that, well, I need to know where you are first before I can do anything else. Try checking out AVE's channel. He is one of the very smart. Yeah, AVE. The only problem with AVE is he's a bit big, isn't he? He might not want to talk. So, do you have Discord? If so, I can get you in contact with a mathematician. So Stress Master, what's your name? I don't know your name either. I'm trying. Matthew Waith. Hi Matthew, how are you doing? Sorry, I'm just butchering all of your names. It would be more relevant if the one using the different anvils didn't know their makeup. Oh, that's a good point as well. And also, there's things about like hammer hardnesses. Like, if the material of your anvil doesn't matter, why do you need a hard hammer? I mean, is that to stop it wearing away? Yeah, of course it is. But I should think that softer hammers also prevent the amount of energy being transferred from one object to the other. Maybe that's rubbish as well. So, oh, Bill, nice, cool, Bill. Sam, sadly, no, Daniel, I live in the US. Right. Do you like horses, Sam? That's it's not a leading question at all. I'm genuinely trying to help. Got in touch with Dustin at Smarter Every Day. Yeah, I was also thinking about that dude that does is it Brainiac or Science App or whatever his name is, the guy that looks like he should be out of a Nordic superhero movie. Cool, I'm trying to keep up with you guys. William Jacobs, call me stupid, but how important is the Anvil talk? I'm not quite sure what you mean, William. Like now is how important is it, or how important is it in reality? I, I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry, buddy. He's big, but it doesn't hurt to ask, and it might interest a VE to work with a Smith. Yeah, it might be worth doing. I can ask. I mean, and the more people that harass people on my behalf, please, really help out as well. So. Oh, you are a farrier, Sam. I was going to say, is there any sort of farriery sort of get yourself blacksmithing to start with? There's I know I don't I need to find out where that place is. There's a place called Carbondale, and at Carbondale, I think Rick Smith works there or used to work there. He's quite a big name over in the States, and basically he can get you in touch with other blacksmiths that might take apprentices, and also they teach. Okay, they don't teach necessarily the technical side of blacksmithing, but if you already have skills, potentially doing a degree course where you might learn how to apply those skills in an artistic fashion in order to grow a business, might work as well. So, yeah, that might be a way of sorting it. Where's Williams? Adam. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Jose, hi, I'm a stock removal bladesmith. I want to forge. What weight anvil do you recommend? Mine's 120 kilos, which is 244-ish pounds. It's small, but it's not. It's not too small, and it's not that small. Somewhere around there. Somewhere around there would be really cool, I think. About £200 would make a good size anvil. £150 is good as well. Any lower than that, I would guess you're getting a bit on the light side if you're looking to do like proper all the time work. But it just depends. And Trent says this in his video about mass. He makes an important point that mass can definitely cause issues in identifying where you're losing that energy. And I don't think if you compared apples to apples, if you took a £600 anvil that made with raw iron and a welded face, and then another £600 anvil made of raw iron with a welded face, then you would end up being in a situation where I still believe that what did I say? The same thing, didn't I? Steel, hardened face, raw iron, welded face. Steel, hardened face, £600, still going to be the raw iron with a welded face. I believe, anyway. Yeah. But yeah, somewhere around the 200. £200 is sweet. Most people can get £200 anvils. They're generally not too expensive. I know in America you've got some real situations. But yeah, if you can get £200, cool. £150, cool. So YouTube's just told me apparently the image might be a bit jumpy. So let me know if it is. But yeah, 150 to £200 will sort you nice. I hope that's my advice. But whatever you can get your hands on will do you good. And if you're blade making, you don't necessarily need an anvil that's got all the fancy bells and whistles on. You don't necessarily need a hardy. You don't necessarily need a Pritchell hole, and you probably don't need a horn. You can do a lot of your work on the edges of the anvil. So a sawyer's anvil or a cutler's anvil would sort you out nicely. But whatever anvil you've got is going to really sort you out nicely. So don't be disheartened if you haven't got. I think this is, again, a lot of the videos I've seen and a lot of the information that Trent was giving over is basically saying it doesn't really matter what you've got unless you've got something underneath your metal. And historically, we have always used things in order to forge that we don't use now. Stones, for example. And I hate to use Trent as another example. He makes that prison shank video. It's such a weird video. Sorry, Trent. Such an odd video. I don't know why you need a prison shank to get your pudding back, but I guess it's funny. I don't know. Anyway, he made that video and he uses a stone to forge a point onto the end of a bar, and it can be done. So yeah, you don't necessarily need the £200 anvil. I tend to give the vaguest answers to questions possible. I think I'll have Hans's or Bob's. Hans's or Bob's make me a Daniel Moss hammer since they. I tell you what, Alan. I tell you what, me and you, we're gonna fall out. Do you want one like this, Alan? Because I'm going to put some money on. These are hard to come by. Do you want one of these, Alan? Is that what you want? You want one like that? You want one like that, Alan? Do you? Do you? Say my name 3 times nicely, and it's yours. Whose birthday is it? Whose birthday is it? Oh, Drayson, it's yours. Happy birthday. No. Happy birthday to Doug. Doug. Happy birthday, Doug. How old, Doug? 21 again? Ah, cool. Okay. Everyone enjoying themselves. Party. Gordon, Dan. No. Now. You're not Alan. I said Alan. Lauren, how's it going? Newt, how's it going? Doug, happy birthday, dude. Dan Moss. No, you're not Alan either. You're not going to fool me now. I told you, Alan. I said, you tell me. I'll show you. I said, actually, I'd show you some pictures of a hammer, and if you wanted it, I'd send it you. You can have one like that, if you want one. Okay, that is awesome looking hammer and a good looking beverage. Thank you very much, John. It is a nice beverage. Right, I mounted a small block of steel in an anvil. In one of my vids works really well. The rock must weigh a couple of 100 kilos. in Trent's video, that rock is huge, isn't it? I don't know if you've seen it. I'm not stalking Trent at all. Don't get me started on the 9/11 videos. I'm so glad we can all have a giggle. I can change my name to Alan. Okay, I'm talking about Hubcap. We all know who I'm talking about. And also, no one said it nice enough yet. Doug, because it's your birthday, send me an email with your address on and I'll send you one of the new key rings. I'll go and get some key rings. 1 second. So, yeah, maybe going to Carbondale, Sam, and retraining might be a good way to get out of the shoeing game. TMIB, black and white or white and black. Pick one, Doug. Send me your address and I'll send you one out as a birthday present. I'm going to put some googly eyes on the back as well. But these are the TMIB. Ella made these as well. Laser cut these lovely beauties out at college because she's multi-talented and very clever. So, no, John, still not nice enough. Nice try though. But please, Mr. Jet fuel does not melt steel beams. Just saying, saw that on one with Trent. Does it not? I wondered. What's up, Dan? Frank Nash. How's it going, Frank? What's up, Dan? I'm from the States. Trent is laugh my ass off. I have seriously enjoyed. Where'd he go? Seriously enjoyed seeing this red face over this convo. I don't want to. Oh, it's hot. Give me a hammer. Well, Peter, you're getting closer. He's drinking. Hit him up for trinkets. Is it not? It's not your birthday, is it, Drayson? So you're getting sod all. Oh dear. Okay, and then what was the other thing I want to talk about? Next clamp is going to be the jewellery vice, which is good for Ella because she is going to get a jewellery vice. I think at the end of the year I'm going to come together and maybe give away some of the clamps at the end of the year. So try and do 12 and at the end of the year give away the clamps. Yes. Alan, you're getting closer. Thank you, Daniel, answering my questions honestly. I'm trying, dude. Unfortunately, I don't live in the States and I don't know that much. I tell you who might be a good person to talk to, and he's going to hang me for saying this. Champ knows a few old boys who might be able to help you. What's Champ's channel called? I can never remember. Oh, Hans, you're moving further away. I'm losing faith in Trent's personality. He's a good smith, but yeah, no. Warn me before I read stuff out. Jesus. Put like, warning may be offensive. Please, sir, may I have a hammer in my best tiny voice? Lauren, sorry. You can have a hammer, you've got to pay for it. I think Alan was going to pay for one, so. My daughter can make you laser cut bits and pieces with her laser cutter. Hint, hint. Support small businesses. Thanks, Peter. Hint, hint. I will ask. Hey, Roy, how's it going, dude? Seems like ages since I last spoke. Hello, Dan. Good to see you. And evening, everyone. Can't stay. I'm away from the good internet. No worries, Roy. Lovely to see you, dude. And loving the channel as ever, my friend. Keep up the good work. Someone's got to do it, because I'm not. I'm just upsetting everyone. Grayson. Champ Ironwork. Thank you, Hans. Champ Ironwork. He's got some contacts with some old-timer blacksmiths. I say old-timer blacksmiths. I mean like old-school blacksmiths, like back in the day blacksmiths, so definitely go and check those guys out because they're. He might just tell you to piss off though. If he does, that's fair enough. Please, on my knees. Okay, you can have one. I said you could. I sew up just the whole hearts. Thanks, Alan. Dan, I made you drink Wisconsin beer. I'm a bad influence, but I stopped you from drinking more cause. Like, look, it's all I recognised. No one was helping. I was sick. That's my excuses. Also, Yeah, I didn't want to drink everyone's beer. That's rude. No. I would ask seriously without sending you one first. I'm funny that way. Lauren, I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, dude. Cool. Right. Was there anything? That was it. That's all I had to talk about, really. Hopefully, everyone's enjoying everything that's going up at the minute. I'm trying really hard to do some good videos. It's amazing. I don't know how Trent talks for like nearly an hour and a half about stuff. Oh dear. Yeah, but on a positive side, I'm really enjoying doing the channel at the minute. I'm really enjoying making stuff. After that awful live where we did the clamp thing and stuff, I've made a new one. It looks lush. A video coming of that soon. And like I said, we're going to do the jewellery vice very soon. Oh, thank you, Sam. You're too kind. Yeah, you were sick. Then you got the rest of us sick as well. Yeah, I did. But that's what you get, innit? Killens is a great beer. You're in America as well, aren't you? Bill? Bill? Is it Bill? I probably got that wrong. Dog bone knives. Hey, how's it going? Bob, lol. Did not mind the first night, but you did ask nicely for the second. Stop telling everyone our secrets, Bob. Dan, my local Smith's been closed. He's probably bust. I don't know. Sorry, Gordon, I don't know. But definitely, if you're looking to get some experience, go and pick up a broom at your local blacksmiths and push it around, and they will eventually wane, because they did exactly the same thing to some other poor gentleman, and they will go, oh God, they will not go away, and they will wane, and they will give you an opportunity. If they don't give you an opportunity straight away, it's things like putting a kettle on, cleaning the floor, putting the rubbish away, not being a pain in the arse. That's going to get you in the door, you know. So, or being a pain in the arse might help. So I learned a lot from your videos. Thank you, Sam. You're being very kind. So yeah, you can get in the door if you tried, Sam, and then you can try. I don't know. It's hard to think of what an apprentice is nowadays as well. And I watched very recently. I watched this Guy Martin thing where he was talking about the problem in Japan that they've got is that lots of young people don't want to do dirty jobs that are highly skilled, and Japan's really suffering at the minute. It's got a real lack of young people wanting skilled work, and I guess it's a problem in a lot of first world countries, well-developed countries that have the opportunity to go to university, sit behind a desk, earn a lot of money for not doing, well, I say not doing much work, someone's going to say something about that, but I mean, it's not swinging a hammer all day, you're not filthy dirty, you're not down a sewer, you're not cutting trees down, or in a boat out at sea catching fish. It's not, people don't want to do those jobs really anymore. Yeah. So, anyone have any ideas what kind of hammer the Forks at Granforth Brooks use to forge their axes? I've emailed them to no avail. You talking about that weird cam hammer that they've got? The one that rolls around. Daniel, why won't to let JT sleep with his new hammer? Oh, sorry, I said Daniel, dumbass. Anyone got any questions? Come on, send me a question. I'm eager, keen, willing, not yet drunk. I resemble that remark about sitting behind a desk. I didn't mean anything by it, Mark. I just think there's more there's more people interested in earning the money without. I don't think it's harder or easier or whatever. It's just different, isn't it? And we're descaling our massive population in order to we're descaling our mass population in order to for every guy that fixes the boiler, there's 10 people pushing paperwork to make sure that the boiler's fixed. It doesn't make... Oh, maybe I'm talking crap. I sound like an old man. Oh, Yamis is on. I wonder why I hadn't seen him. Go watch Yam Daddy. He's probably more interested in me. He's probably doing something exciting. Arizona artist blacksmith. Yeah, that's the other thing you could do, Sam. You could link up with a blacksmiths association. They might be able to find you someone who's desperate. And also, like myself, sometimes jobs come in and you want someone for like 6 weeks and you don't want them for a long time. I know people who go all around the world doing that. They just hover from one blacksmith to another blacksmith to another blacksmith and just they soak up this, you know, it's a good way to travel around a bit. And the only problem is that yeah, you don't know where your next meal's coming from, and if you've got a family, it's a bit hard to do. So, I'm a civil servant, so even more pointless. Oh, you're not that pointless, I'm sure. Hey Dan, got an Etsy shop myself. Fancy doing a swapsy on something for a pair of tongs? GJH Woodworking. I shall have a look and we can talk. Why not? Da, 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 dum, dum, dum. 4140 can be quenched in water, brine and oil, Neil, just so you know. And they recommend if it's over an inch in diameter, if it's over 25 mil in diameter, you should water quench it. Check out some data sheets. I got a very interesting data sheet about it, and yeah, it's cool stuff. And it's got this weird thing where it backs when the outer layer quenches. Instead of pushing the heat back into the outer layer, it sucks it back in and causes heat treatment problems. Forge Rights. I'm making a guillotine tool and I want to know what it is the best size dies to make the fullers in 2.5 to 3.5 pound hammers. It depends. If you want the fullers the same size, somewhere between 16 and 20 mil is about the most you want to go to. So I'd say no smaller than ½ inch and no bigger than 3/4 inch. Anywhere in between is going to be lush. The thing that's going to happen is as you start to forge as you start to forge the trenches, dude, it's going to push the hammer heads out a bit more. So just make sure, I did it on the video, I spoke about it, when you put your hammer in, just back them back a bit and shunt those trenches up nicely. It gives you really nice shape. It will give you nice clean fillers like that. Let's see if I can get that in focus. Yeah? Give you nice clean fillers like that, yeah? That's about 20 mil in there. And then this side is 3/4 inch on that side, and this side is a bit over it. It's a bit closer to an inch on this side. But I've done that deliberately so that this face sticks out more. Alright, dude? In my humble opinion. Dinglezilla? How's it going? Dress Buman? What material do you use to line a coal forge with, aka recipe? I don't line my coal forge with anything. As the coal breaks down, it creates a coal dust, and that coal dust, or ash, that coal dust will basically form a base, and it's a really good insulator. the only thing you have to do is buy a couple of extra bags of coal and just pour it all in. And then after about 2-3 weeks of using it, rake it all out again, sift out through all the dust. As you sift through the dust, you'll get a load of coal in your sieve, and all the dust will go back into your forge, and just keep doing that. And then every now and then you'll just have too much dust, so dig it out and throw it away. So that's all I do. That's what they do at the college. Don't line my coal forge with nothing, just dust from coal. Okay, see you later, John. Take it easy. Oldwood Forge, Dressmaster send me, blah blah blah. Where are you located? That's not for me. Later, John. Got any questions? Anybody got any questions? Okay, young man. You have a great channel. Thank you very much, sir. The maker of my brass ruler, Adam, the fold-out one, is Vaughan's, which is a blacksmithing company in the UK. They sell random blacksmithing stuff. So, I don't know. Mine's got centimetres and inches on as well, so it's not very old. It's quite new. It's quite modern. So, they're very expensive. They're about about £25. A lot of money for a bloody ruler. Coal or coke for a forge? Mark, coke. If you can get coke and you've got a side blast, and you have a very shallow pot on your bottom blast, coke. If you have neither of those things, or cast iron, if you've got a cast iron pot as well, because cast iron, this is a good thing about cast iron that not a lot of people know, or maybe lots of people know and I'm being an idiot. Cast iron stays structurally stable whilst it's still very, 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 very hot. So you used to see back in the day when they used to make a lot of components for buildings out of cast iron, even like Victorian buildings and stuff like that, they'd cast all the girders and uprights and stuff like that. They'd be big cast sections, and the reason is not only are they good with compression, but if the building burnt down, it'd leave the structure standing up, it wouldn't fall over. So we're getting into Trents territory now. Oh god. When steel frame buildings get hot, if they get hot enough, it can cause the buildings to twist. They don't tend to bend like that, but they do twist, and this can cause problems because buildings, when they get very, very hot, they tend to collapse. Oh god, especially when planes fall out into them. I didn't want to start this conversation. However, cast iron structures stay stable at higher temperatures for longer. They don't burn as easily. They're well over 2000 degrees Celsius, so that's like nearly 400 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that. So cast iron pots, very shallow pots, or side blasts that are water cooled, coke. You get so much more heat. It's cleaner. You can work more efficiently. You can get that nice tight heat because the coke requires a lot of air as well. You get real nice tight heat, real focused area to work in. Whereas with coal, especially you in America, you can get some nice coals as well. Whereas over here we're not so hot with the coals. You can get some really good. Stop laughing at me, Bob. You can get some really good results with coal in the States. Bituminouses and anthracites you can use. Anthracites also need a lot of air as well. So definitely use coke if you can get it and you've got the right circumstances. Otherwise you'll do what I did. Well, I didn't do it. I think I started it, but Tim at Big Dog Forge ended up melting John Coffey's pot out. And I did. That's partly my fault. Any other questions? Cast iron is 270 to 290 melt and stays rigid up to 2200 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius, Bill. Has anyone smushed your like button, Dan? I don't know, has anyone smushed my like button? I've got 30 likes. 40 people are watching though. Question mark, question mark. I don't really mind about the likes. You can like it if you want to or not. I'm not that bothered. I didn't really talk about Anvil Rebound that much. I'm going to go for an hour. You have no choice. You are here with me for an hour. Mark Spice, cheers. Got a side blast forge on the way up from Kent, and I'm in Sheffield, so Coke is available. Sweet, Mark. Mark, definitely get the Coke. Side blast. Keep that water in your side blast, otherwise you will lose that chew iron. But yeah, Coke, hit it. Sadly, getting Coke in the USA is hard unless you have. Yes, you are in the south. Oh, okay, I didn't really know that. Sweet. Gordon's in Kent. Gordon, I used a bituminous horse coal. There's a stuff called in the UK called Welsh smoke. If you can get hold of it, it's a bituminous coal. It's quite rare. It's quite hard to find. Chunks of coal like that, like size of your head. My mate uses it, and he basically takes 5 or 6 pieces of these chunks of coal, and he builds this tray around his forge, and then he starts breaking up bits and chucking them in, and you get like this sticky cave. It's cool. It's awesome. Sticky cave, eh? John, you want some rebound. That's what you want. Good rebound. Okay, Daniel, your opinion about a propane forge? Propane, good. It's good. Propane's as good as the next medium. It's just the problem with propane is it's reasonably expensive, but then again, coal fuel is reasonably expensive, and it's very difficult to fit very complex, large objects into propane. Now, and heat control's really difficult with propane. If you want to get that much material hot, and you want to get it hot in the middle of a bar, you can, if you're clever, get that much material hot in a coal forge. However, if you want to get that much material hot in a propane forge, it's not so simple. If you want to heat up lots of things all at the same time and ignore them, gas. If you want to, production work, i.e., if you want to heat up a section that's the whole length of your gas forge, gas. If you, all sorts of things. However, if you've got some scroll work that you need to, you've got some ornate scroll work, or you've got some bendy thing, or you've got a bit and it's got a bit on it hanging off, if your door's not big enough, you can't get it in, you can't do it, so you're really limiting what you're doing. And if you know, if you want to make knives, or you want to make hammers, and that's it, that's all you want to make, then gas is probably going to be fine. But if you want to do more architectural stuff, you want to start banging tenons on things, you want to start bending things up, gotta find a different way of doing it. And even induction isn't going to help. So yeah. What's the state of the Anvil build? Will you be possibly collaborating with Joey Vandersteed for it? Yeah. I get Joey over here, can weld the thing together. All the pieces are done. I just need to find some time to weld it together. The thing's a bit of a time and resource monster. It just sucks up time and resource. My number one priority at the minute is the leg vise. I want to get that together. Elliot really wants to finish that as well. He's helped me with that. See you later, Gordon. Doug Aston, yes, it's horse poo. I don't know what the question is, but that's my uninformed opinion. Doug, you're completely correct. So yeah, was it John that wanted me to rant about anvils a bit more? I do genuinely want to develop demos. I have a single double burner forced air with needle valves that continually gas and air, so I can turn it down or up. I get a small surface, small stuff with a oxypropane torch. Is that a good argument, Bill? For starters, oxypropane, I don't know. Is that a good argument? I have to think about that. I would say if you're messing around with gas, I don't know. Paley's renowned for doing it with gas. Can I be indecisive about that, please? Saving saying you're right, Bill. Charcoal is all I got. Charcoal is all you need, sir. Made in Sweden. Charcoal's good. I mean, our ancestors were using charcoal. You just got to get good charcoal. Briquettes, shitty, nasty briquettes from the gas station aren't going to get you very far, but they're going to get stuff hot. But yeah, that's 90% of the issue, isn't it? It's whether you've got the determination and the drive to get it done, and that's all you really need. I'm going to say that my statement. You can do it. You don't need much. Our ancestors did it, for sod's sakes. They didn't need sod all, and they went outside and they used their nous. They found mud, and all has its place. So yes, be indecisive. I will be, Bill. Don't you worry. Yeah, our ancestors did it with nothing, and it's testament to them that they did so much with so very little. So, it doesn't matter if you've got coal or propane or gas or whatever, as long as you're doing it. That's the main thing. And it's 90% of the problems that you see with people. I can't do it, and I sound like Trent now. But he's right. He's right. I can't do it. It's hard. Yeah. And sort of. I'm going to have a rant now. I'm going to have a moan about something. I'm going to finish. I'm going to have a bit of a moan. And you can tell me in the comments if you think I'm being an arse. I don't care. If I put a video together and I found all the parts, you can find all the parts. Yeah, you might need some help, but the video tells you what the parts are. It doesn't take long to work out that a hydraulic bulkhead fitting, this is going to sound horrible, so many people are going to be angry with me, a hydraulic bulkhead fitting, find someone that sells hydraulic parts, so yeah, I don't mean to be horrible, but if that sounds horrible, then yeah, it's your problem, it's not mine, at the end of the day. And I have to pick and choose what I make important, and hunting after parts for your gas burner isn't my job. You can do it. I can do it. You can do it. I'm pretty dense and dyslexic, and the only difference is that I wanted to make a gas burner to see what all the noise was about, and at the end of the day, I found it quite good. I use them every day. Not every day, most days. So, yeah. But I don't use them to do anything clever. I use them for drawing out stock. I say not clever, but I draw out stock. And that's why I changed the end of my video as well. I said some stupid things in that video, and I was like, if I'm going to put a video out that's going to have a go at someone, or not have a go at someone, try and make a point about something because I think what they were saying isn't correct. Then if you say something stupid in your own video, you're an idiot. So there. So yeah. But I really racked my brain about that Anvil thing, and I showed it to a couple. And this is one of the things I think I might do if I upgrade the Patreon, is spend some time sharing content that I have that I want to put out, but I'm not sure if it's okay, and bouncing it off people in my community and going, is this mad? Because I did. I sent it to about 10 people, and I even sent it to Trent before it went up, but he didn't watch it until. Didn't watch it until after it came out. I don't even know. Did he comment on the video? I don't even really know if he commented on the video or not. However, that's not the point. My point is that I was panicking about that. I was panicking. I still don't know if I'm right. At the end of the day, I still, I've developed, and I don't know why. I don't know why it's so frustrating, but it's really frustrating to go think constantly about it for about 2 weeks going, and then it's really ironic as well because I was waiting for Trent to put up a video. I'm waiting, and Trent did a load of lives, and in the lives, he then said about the Anvil Rebound thing, and I completely forgotten about it. I saw it ages ago, and I went through that stage of being a real nasty little piece of work, and making all those videos about nonsense, thinking it was a good idea and it was an awful idea. And then I panicked. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna put this video out. And then some people watched it and they said, yeah, put it out, it's a good video. So, sorry. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about myself. Just like this horseshoe, I was determined. Now going back. Right, cool. Any other questions? Because I think we're about done here, aren't we? No one wants to listen to me talk nonsense anymore. Hey, Alan, how's it going? Thank you. I am a lovely carrot. Yes, Trent did what? What did Trent do, Bob? Right, it's Alan. Doug. Has anyone used both coal and gas noticed any significant difference in edge quality of forged items like axes, knives? Lots of rumours about carbon from coal being key. Doug, I'm not. If you watch the Alex Steele video where he makes the rapier, he. I'm being a bitch again. He has that thing in and out of the gas forge, the basket for the thing, in and out, in and out, in and out, and it's starting to pit from the gas, and that's where the scale's starting to get real deep, and it's starting to really mess up the outside layer through oxidization, scaling. And if you're messing around in a gas forge, you are going to get some really nasty scale. It's going to cause you some real problems later on. That is one issue with gas forges that they. However, do coal forges put carbon back into your steel? I don't think that's correct. I might be wrong, but I don't think you. I think so. Science. Iron doesn't like carbon. Iron will only attach to carbon if that's what it can get hold of. Iron molecules are very rarely found on their own, if ever. So you would never have pure iron. I think. Someone's going to tell me that's wrong, but whatever. So, example, fool's gold, for example, is iron and sulfur, and rust is iron and oxygen, and steel is iron and carbon. Now, you don't need very much carbon, but you do need a quantity of carbon in order for the iron to stay stable, or stable-ish. It gets to a point where it will stop reacting. However, when you put your steel in the fire, you're getting it hot, and you're feeding air at it. That is what causes the oxidization. So when you pull your hot metal out of the fire and it starts to scale, that is oxidization. That is a layer of the material of the outside of the hot metal turning into rust. You hit it, you knock it off, more rust forms. You hit it, you knock it off. Now, you are essentially kicking the carbon out of your material. You do that. Carburization or loss of carbon, decarburization or loss of carbon in your metal. Impossible to have pure iron. It is impossible to have pure iron. I'm sure that's right. Bill just stated, and Bill sounds like a knowledgeable man. Stress master. He sounds knowledgeable. If you are, you are literally. So, and also when steel gets to a certain temperature, we call it its austenistic range. Its qualities change. The steel structure goes from body-centered cubic to face-centered cubic. I might have that round the wrong way. When it does this, it becomes alloying, but it also kicks out impurities. It will push the carbon out of itself. But if it is in a carbon-rich environment with no oxygen, it will suck carbon in, I think. So, does gas cause you problems with carburization or decarburization? 100% it causes problems. Does coke give you qualities or coal help with that? I don't think so. I just think it doesn't happen as readily. But it will happen if you leave, and this is a distinctive feature that doesn't really happen in propane. Bill's going to say I'm wrong or maybe right. Please back me up, Bill. If you've got your hot metal in a gas forge, it will stay hot without burning potentially longer than if you put it in a coke forge. And when you put it in a coke or coal forge, you are getting it as hot as possible, and then adding shed loads of air, and then all of a sudden it burns. And that's gas cutting is basically the same process. We're doing a thermal chemical reaction where we're getting something nice and hot and then adding loads of oxygen, and that's how we cut. And I think it's the same thing with burning in the coke forge, which doesn't happen in propane. So answer, I don't know if that's true or not. But logic would say it's nonsense. Cannot make a... Old Wood Forge. Or Oddwood Forge, sorry, dude. I think I've been calling you Old Wood for the whole thing. Oddwood Forge. I don't think you can use charcoal to do it. I don't think there's enough carbon in wood to do it. And I only know this because I've been experimenting with case hardening recently, and you have to use animal. But I don't know if people know this, but if you took a chunk of coal, and do you remember what was the Superman with the Superman films, the original two? What was the dude in that one? And he fell off a horse and broke his back, didn't he? Basically, coal doesn't have that much carbon in it, and it definitely doesn't have enough to make diamonds. So when he squeezes that piece of coal, were they in the... There's a bit where it gets crushed in a car crusher. I can't remember anyway. I'm wandering down some weird path. But he crushes the coal in his hand, and then there's a diamond there. That wouldn't happen because there's not enough carbon in coal, and I don't think there's enough carbon in wood. Someone's going to tell me I'm talking nonsense now. Night, Peter. See you later. I'm going to go in a minute as well. Anyway, basically, long and short of it is that if you use hyena bones is one example, or bones is an example. There's a joke from a friend if he was watching, or the flesh of a cow, or hide, or anything that you could use, and it was animal-based product. You would get more carbon in it than you would if you'd used wood, or if you'd used coal, for example. And you could turn a human being into a diamond, but you couldn't turn coal into a diamond. Does that make sense? Maybe that doesn't make any sense. Focus, Dan. Right. This is great fun. Thank you so much, guys and girls, for joining in. Again, for a lovely... It's like 80 to 90% carbon and cellulose that is made of carbon. Is that trees or wood? Maybe the tree seems wrong. I've done some research recently, and it always said if you're going to make a paste, you should use an animal hide or an animal bone to make your carbon, and you need nitrate or what's the chemical name for salt? It has to do with carbon density. Coal is light, bone is heavy. Salt is calcium chloride? No. Anyway, basically you need salt. You need some sort of high carbon material, and then something to bind it together, flour. You mix all those together. Sugar, I think sugar works really well, doesn't it? Isn't sugar really good too? Anyway, maybe that's wrong. Anyhow, I'm not going to talk about this anymore. I'm going to stop talking. I've got a video coming on the case hardening very soon. Sodium chloride. Thank you, Mark. Chloride. NaCl. That's the one. Sodium chloride. You need the chloride. All right. There, I've said it. I'm done. I'm going. I'm going to go finish my beer, and then see you guys and girls later. There'll be a video coming up soon. I made some really nice tongs in a video. It'll be up tomorrow or Monday, and then there'll be G-clamp stuff and all that goodness. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for those people that did the super chat. You're awesome. Thank you to everyone that has ever done anything to support the channel by buying anything or whatever. And also, thank you for all your help this evening, getting me through this mess of a video. And then, yeah, check out the Etsy, check out the Instagram. I've been posting loads today on the Instagram, and there's some really funny stuff, and there's some stuff from my other job where we move art and hang art and install sculptures and do all that cool stuff. So there's some bits there, and we were in London and in Bath, so go and check that out. What else was there? Etsy, buy a hammer, you've been told. No, t-shirts, not this one. God, the camera's around the wrong way. TMIB, that's the Run DMC logo print. I really like that. I think that's a clever idea. I think I'm funny. And website. And if you want to email me, maybe email me. And that guy won the keyring. Who was that? Doug. You need to pick a colour. Send me an email. See you later, guys and girls. Good night. Bye bye. Have fun. Bye. There'll be videos or something maybe at the end. I don't know. See you later.